Hello, YouTube. It's Chris from Little Tech Girls Digital Homestead, and I have a confession. I am so glad to be pretty much done with the outdoor garden this year. It was very productive, it was a win, and it was exhausting. But I say pretty much because come this Friday, when the temps warm up a little bit more, I'm going to finally plant my garlic, which should have been done already. And I have probably some potatoes that may or may not still be okay. We did have a frost. If they're okay, I'm going to harvest them. If not, no big deal. But I am so excited to be able to get a break from that and move on to indoor gardening, which means I am getting my hydroponic systems set up. Right here, I have a new one to show you that was sent to me for review. This is a Growell. This is a 16 pod unit. As you can see, it's a nice compact size for your countertop or table. So let's talk about it. Like other similar systems, it has your buttons up here. You have power, pump, the light settings for vegetables, flowers and fruits and herbs, and there is a sleep mode. So this is what you use to control your system. And it has a light that goes up to a pretty generous, there we go, 15.4 inches. So you can grow micro dwarf tomatoes, you can grow peppers, you can grow kind of tall greens in here. You can grow a lot in here, okay? The deck comes off very easily. There's no weird crevices or anything, so it should be pretty easy to clean. So let's see what it comes with. There is a user manual, lots of sponges, covers. Let's see, we've got some sponges here. We got more sponges here. Move those aside. We have spacers or covers for the empty holes when you don't have plants in them. We have some cute signs. Let's look at these. These are tags, so you can tag what you've planted, which I like. So these will go in the holes here once it's put together. Here's baskets. And these are pretty standard on systems like these. Some of them look a little different than the others. These are the smaller type, which are more rounded, and they look nice. And we've got 2 packs of those. Then in here, I'm betting are domes. Yep, there are domes. So these are used when you plant your seeds. You put these on. It provides a little bit of humidity for the seeds and helps them sprout faster. And also in this pack, oh nice, we've got some tweezers. And this is perfect because I have 2 similar to this and I can't find them. I don't know what I did with them. So I'm going to use these tonight. And then we have some pod labels. These look really nice. I wonder if they sell these in multi-packs. Has a little green space at the bottom that you can write what you have planted if you don't want to put it on the tag. I would probably do both in case that tag gets knocked over. So we will use those. And oh, and there's some more little tags here, little tiny. These must be to stick on here. Okay, so you could use those, or you could use your label maker or Cricut or something to make those. Then I can tell that's nutrients. And this must be the power, last one. I'm going to open this wrong because I didn't bring a knife. Yep, that is the power. Inside of this unit, we have a pump. We'll take a closer look at that. Pretty standard bubbler. So what this does is push air into the water so that it circulates around the tank. And if we turn this around, this pump needs to plug in here. Okay, the power is going to plug in there. So let me get this baby plugged up and filled with water. Oh, that's the other thing. The tank is max 8 liters, which is pretty huge. The window here says max 6, so that's probably what you want to fill it to most times. And it came with nutrients. You can use those nutrients, or if you have your favorite hydroponic nutrient, you can use that too. I think it's a misconception for a lot of people that they have to use the nutrients that come with the system. Just noticed I put this in the wrong place. There's a little cutout over there to put that cord through. So let's do that right. And that is so that the deck can go on all the way. All right, so I need to decide what to plant. I have started some lettuce and a few other things in another system. In this one, I was thinking I might do a full system of arugula. I love arugula, and it usually bolts pretty quickly. So if you only have a couple of plants, you don't get much of it. So what I might do here is do all arugula in here. And as they start to bolt, I can just plant new seeds or plant new seeds somewhere else and then move them in. So that would give me 16 or pods of arugula, which is pretty good. Okay. So I'm going to get some water and I'm going to get my arugula seeds and then we'll get this done. I'm not going to fill this all the way up to the tip top because it's not going to live here on this table. So I'm going to fill it up to almost the top of this max line. And then when I figure out where it's going to be permanently, I will top it off with more water. One thing that I do in hydroponics is I don't add nutrients when I'm starting new seeds because seeds don't need it. And sometimes that can lead to algae. However, since this system came with pod covers, it would probably be okay. Okay, so 1 gallon is about 4 liters. Let's leave it there for now. Another thing I like to do is pre-soak my sponges. So they'll be nice and pliable and ready to go. So I just have a little tray here. I'm going to put my sponges in there. And then I'm going to put some water in here and let them sit for just a few minutes. It won't take long at all. So I've got my sponges in here, quickly soaking up the water. I've got my cord for the system. Let's go ahead and plug that in. And she's on and bright. Right away, the pump started swirling water. The light is on. Now, this is the highest setting, but when you plant new seeds, after everything's in, you want to push that down to the lowest setting. And this one goes down pretty low, which is nice because it's going to ensure your seedlings get strong light from the start and it's going to provide a little bit of warmth to get those started. So while we are waiting for these sponges to soak up some water, let's see. Go ahead and drop these baskets in. Another reason that I chose arugula for this is because it doesn't grow too wide and wild, so I should have no problem filling all 16 holes here with arugula. It should be just fine. Okay, these are almost ready. And I am going to use Sylvetta arugula, which is one of my favorites. And that one seems to bolt a little bit slower than some others. So that's another reason I like it for inside. And you know what? I'm not going to do that way. I am going to put 2 or 3 seeds in each. That might be a little risky, but I'm going to do it anyway. Take one of these and just put some seeds in here. So it comes with these little tweezers, and you can definitely use those to put in your tiny seeds. There's 1 and 2 in there. Then you just want to pop it in. Sometimes I just use my fingers. These are pretty small. Tell me if you were already familiar with Growell systems, or if you are looking for a new hydroponic system. There will be a link down in the description to this one. And although we're just getting it started, I'm going to either amend onto this video or do an update video when my arugula sprouts so we can watch it grow. And yes, there will be a lot more indoor gardening content coming up. We are heading into winter. I say that even though it's fall because here in the Chicago area, we just had a pretty major snowstorm yesterday, early morning, and some areas got 12 inches of snow. Right where I am, it looks like we only got about 4 inches or so, but it was pretty bad. The traffic was bad, and um, streets were bad. And today it's mostly melting, and then on Saturday it's going to be 67 degrees. Which is why I say I'm going to get that garlic planted this weekend. All right, I will quickly do the rest of these and bring you back. All right, all pods are planted. I'm just going to take one. I will know what it is, but I'm just going to take one of these and write arugula. Since they're all the same, and I'll stick it here. Now, the next thing I want to do is bring my light way down. And you know what? I just realized something. Let's see. Having those tags on from the start may make it, oops, I accidentally turned the light off. That's okay. Yeah, let's take that off so I can bring my light down as low as possible. Turn it back on, and I'm going to put it on herbs. Technically, that's what arugula is an herb. So that's what it's on, okay? Now, one more thing about a system like this. Right now, it is 5:55 at night. I just turned this on about, 10 minutes ago. That is not the time that I want this to come on. So for a system like this that doesn't have an app or a keypad or a timer, what you want to do is in the morning at the time that you want it to get on, 6 a.m., 6:30 a.m., 7 a.m., is you get up, you go to the system, you unplug it for 30 seconds, you plug it back in. From that point on, the timer will start and it'll come on at that time every day. So when I get up in the morning to get ready for work, I'll have to remember to do that. And I think I know where it's going to live. Okay. The light is down low. Now I could just leave it like this. However, since they gave us the lovely pod labels, I might just use them. So all you do with one of these, I'll just show you how they go on. And what that's going to do is block most of the light from getting in, and the seedling will still come up from the middle. And then you want to put your dome on to give it that humidity, and you're ready to go. Okay, so this is this Growell system. There will be a link down below so you can check this out on Amazon. And if you have any questions, let me know. Ta-ta. This is what I was saying about the domes providing humidity. See that? You see all the sweat inside? When it starts to get a little heated from the light, that will help those seeds germinate. It has been only 2 days, and I have tons and tons and tons of arugula babies. Every pod has sprouted at least 1 or 2 seeds. I'm going to leave the domes on for 1 more day. I'll take them off tomorrow. It has been only 4 days, and I have tons of beautiful baby arugula sprouts. I'm going to go ahead and add nutrients now, and from here they will really take off. So I'm going to close this video. As mentioned, if you are interested in this system, there will be links down below. I am loving it so far. It is a good system. It's running very smoothly. It's quiet. As you can see, everything sprouted fast. I like that the light goes nice and low so the seedlings get good light from the start. And it looks pretty cool. It's interesting because this one has the legs on it, which is different than other systems that I have. And it gives it a pretty unique look. So this is the Growell, and I think I can recommend it. If you have any questions, post below. This is a day 6 update of my arugula and my Growell system. I just added nutrients today since everything has sprouted. So I expect these to really take off now. I'm going to go ahead and add my little sign that says arugula over here. press the light down some more, because now that they have all sprouted, the light can be like 2-3 inches away. So that's about perfect. All right, I will do an update of this system at another time, but right now I'm going to close off this video. I'm loving it so far.